Okay, so now that you've had some time to fill in the activity, let's go over it together. So in that first group of words, it should look something like this. So it goes hunted. Notice how that ed, both the e and the d are pronounced as an ed. Buzzed sounds like a d. Stopped sounds like a t at the end. Heated, we also have the same thing with the hunted. We have slipped with a T, slammed with a D, wished with a T. So what was the pattern? And I've put a little box here for you just to help you out. But the blue, any letters in blue represents the same consonant sound as the ending sound. So the ending letter sounds are either D or T. So when that middle consonant sound is either a T, or if we had one with a D, like added, what would come after that is the and D sound. So hunted, heated, added, padded, right? So if the T or a D is the middle consonant, you can expect for that ending D to be pronounced ed. And so that's why they're all in blue. If we looked at the Z, right, the Z represents voiced consonants. So we have Z, which if you put your hand on your voice box, it's voiced. M is voiced. We could think about any other voiced consonant, like, for example, hugged, right, with the g, hugged. So it would be the D sound. So buzzed, slammed, hugged. What that tells us is that when the middle consonant is a voiced consonant that is not D, then the ending D sounds like the voiced version of D. Okay? The opposite is true for words like stopped or slipped or wished. That ending D letter is actually pronounced like a T. Right? Stopped, slipped, wished. And the reason is because that red, and I've put it in the box for you, that red represents a voiceless consonant. So p, sh. The same thing would be with a word like licked, k, right? So p, sh, k, would be stopped, slipped, wished, licked. So here you can see, hopefully you can see the patterns and the pronunciation changes based on whether the consonant in the middle of the word is a voiced consonant, is a voiceless consonant, or represents the same sound or letter as the ending D. Let's see the second set of words. So here we see, I'm using red for those voiceless ending middle consonants, before the ending S. Cats, mats. Notice that for both cats and mats, the sound of the S at the end is S. Cats, mats. You could also do it with other voiceless consonants, such as packs, right? She packs her bag, packs. If we look at the voiced consonants, which are in green, dogs, buds. We could also think about wars. You hear that ending S letter actually represents a Z sound rather than an S sound, like cats, right? So instead we have dogs, buds, wars. And then lastly, the blue represents sort of the same pattern that we saw in those first group of words, where it represents the same sound as the ending, right? So buses, roses, and it also works with sounds that sort of approximate that sound, like ch. So buses, churches, roses are going to get es as the sound at the end. So basically what this activity was designed to show you is that the sounds of phonemes change depending on the ways that they come after other phonemes. So even though that S looks the same after every one of these words, the sound is going to differ based on that middle consonant that it follows, and whether that middle consonant is a voiced or voiceless phoneme. Okay, so activity 4 is something that I encourage you to do. You would need to fill in the chart with the following IPA symbols that correspond to the consonant sounds of American English. You can find this worksheet in the section in Blackboard where you found this video. Otherwise, you could click on the link appearing on the video at this moment, and that will open the document for you. So what I'd like you to do is take these sounds right here. Here's the sound. Here's an example of the sound, and place them in this chart. And what really helps with this is the website that I demonstrated to you before. At this point, we have gone over manner, place, and voicing. Notice how manner, place, and voicing are here. If you go to manner and we talk about stops, it'll give you the different stops. What's really nice about this website is that it'll show you the movement of the tongue. So watch this. So see how we talked about p being a stop in terms of the manner. It's bilabial. I'm sorry, in terms of the manner. Bilabial in terms of the placement, right? Notice how the two lips come together. And then it's voiceless, right? P, p. So p. If you place your hand over your voice box, there's no vibration. This would be different for b. Now, notice how when I play this, it's going to be the same bilabial position, right? The manner doesn't change, the placement doesn't change, but what does change is the voice box. And you'll see the voice box here in the picture, I'm circling on it with my mouse, is going to vibrate. So take a look.
Ba. Ba.
Right? Different to p. Look how the voice box does not vibrate.
Pa. Pa. Ba. Ba.
Okay. And so this will show you sort of what's going on in the mouth. It also gives you the terminology that you need to use for your oral language analysis. So when you're describing a consonant like this, I would like you to use the voiced bilabial stop as your terminology to describe the sound. And then if you ever get lost with, for example, what this sound might be, this website will show you.
Ja. Ja.
And they'll even give you examples of the different words.
Job. Badger. Cage.
Notice how job, this is initial placement.
Job.
Badger, this is middle or medial placement, comes in the middle of the word.
Badger.
And then cage also actually comes at the end of the word.
Cage.
And the placement of phonemes is also something that I would like you to comment on your oral language analysis. Okay, so you can continue this activity after the video, or you can pause right now and complete the activity. When you enter in these sounds into this chart, it will give you the terminology that you should be using when you describe these sounds in your oral language analysis.